Hello students, good morning. Let's start today's class. Dear student, we are discussing about the movement of the earth. Already we had discussed about rotation, what are the effects of rotation, revolution, and what are the effects of revolution. These are the two types of movement of the earth. So after discussing these topics, today we are going to discuss about solstices. Yes, student? Solstices. The two solstices occur whenever the tilt of the earth axis is oriented directly towards or away from the sun. Yes, student? How many solstices are there? Two solstices. One is winter solstice and another one is summer solstice. So today we will discuss about the solstice, which is directly towards or away from the sun whenever the tilt of the earth axis means bend of the earth axis is oriented directly towards or away from the sun. Either the tilt of the axis will be towards the sun or away from the sun. In these both cases, two solstices take place. This causes the hemispheres to point directly towards away from the sun. This causes the hemispheres to point directly towards away from the sun. This brings a change in season. Yes, student? The area, the part of land which face sunlight parallel, there will be different season, and the part of land which are away from the sun light, there will be different season. So due to the tilt of the earth during the months of July, August and September, due to the tilt of the earth during the months of July, August and September, the northern hemisphere is pointed towards the sun. Yes, student? Because of the tilt of the earth in these months, July, August and September, northern hemisphere is pointed towards the sun. Northern hemisphere is pointed towards the sun means our country India lies in northern hemisphere. So in these months, northern hemisphere tilted towards the sun and gets direct heat, direct sunlight, parallel sunlight, and because of this the days become longer and nights shorter, making the season warmer in the northern hemisphere. Yes, student? When the portion of northern hemisphere tilted towards the sun, it gets light parallel, it gets sunlight parallel, and for long time. That's why in this time in northern hemisphere there is summertime and days are longer and nights are shorter in this time. It is called summer solstice. The longest day of the year is 21st June. 21st June is observed as summer solstice. The longest day of the year 21st June, and it is called the summer solstice. Summer solstice means days are longer and warmer, and nights are shorter. So it's called summer solstice. What happened in this time? We will discuss about it. During this period, the North Pole gets 24 hours of daylight. Yes, student. In this period, the North Pole gets 24 hours of daylight, whereas the South Pole is completely devoid of daylight. Means 6 month day and 6 month night on the pole. We'll listen about it. So this is the time when summer solstice take place in northern hemisphere. Same time North Pole gets 24 hours sunlight. So on the North Pole 6 month day. When? At the time of summer solstice. Hence it is summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere at the same time. Yes, student. When the northern hemisphere's people and the countries enjoy summer time in northern hemisphere, at the same time the people of southern hemisphere and the countries of southern hemisphere enjoy winter season, winter time. So it's all about summer solstice. And next topic is during the months of January, February and March. Dear student, you know this season July, August and September are opposite of January, February and March, because all we know in this time we enjoy winter, we enjoy cold. So during the months of January, February and March, the southern hemisphere faces the sun directly and the northern hemisphere gets indirect rays and of the sun due to the tilt of the earth axis. Yes, student, due to the tilt of earth axis in winter time, in these months January, February and March, the southern hemisphere tilted towards the sun and the northern hemisphere, in which India lies, away from the sun. Northern hemisphere away from the sun and southern hemisphere close to the sun. So, and at that time what happened? Hemisphere faces the sun directly and the northern hemisphere gets indirect rays of the sun due to the tilt of the earth axis. This makes the night longer and days shorter in the northern hemisphere. Yes, student, in the northern hemisphere nights are longer. In the northern hemisphere nights are longer and days are shorter, as we enjoy in the January, February and March. So northern hemisphere, and what about the southern hemisphere? Hence the northern hemisphere experiences winter while the southern hemisphere experiences summer. At the same time, when we enjoy winter time in the month of January, February and March, at the same time southern hemisphere part of land enjoy summer. Summertime, the shortest night occurs on 21st December. It is called the winter solstice. 21st December is called winter solstice. It marks the beginning of winter in the northern hemisphere. Yes, student. 21st December is the day from this day we feel cold in northern hemisphere, During this period, the South Pole gets 24 hours daylight. In the same way as Northern Hemisphere, in June, July, August and September receive 24 hours daylight. In the same way, in winter time, in winter time of Northern Hemisphere, January, February and March, the South Pole, during this period, the South Pole gets 24 hours of daylight, while the North Pole gets no daylight at all. Means 6 month night at the North Pole and 6 month day at the South Pole. So, my dear student, today we have discussed about solstice condition, and I hope you understand. So, do your homework properly and learn all the things properly and maintain your notebook. So, bye and have a nice day.